Hey guys, so I wanted to shoot a quick video just talking about something real quick. One of the most frequent questions or concerns that I either get directly or on my clients, buyers and sellers as a real estate agent are just, mulling over and debating. And sometimes they think they have the answer and sometimes they ask me for the answer. And that's just, about like when is the best time to buy or sell, right? People are saying, well, is the market going to crash? Well, the news says the market's going to crash. And I always say this, like, the market is going to crash because the market is cyclical. And periodically, in those cycles, crashes occur. That's true of the real estate market. That's true of the stock market. That's true of any market. I mean, it just happens. So when somebody says the market is going to crash, and then it does at some point, that person or that group of people looked like a genius because they predicted the market was going to crash. That is like me saying it's going to get dark outside tonight, or it's going to get dark outside at all. Like, of course it is, because there's cycles of night and day. That's what occurs. So, that's just, don't listen to these people who say the market isn't going to crash or that it is going to crash, because you know what's going to happen. Nobody, and I mean nobody, knows when it's going to happen. I have never seen anybody be able to predict any market. You might be able to say that it is crashing. Once you might be able to say, oh, it's going to crash because it already is. But you will never be able to say it's going to crash right before it does, unless you're just, by chance, you just happen to be right. But you can't predict it with any degree of certainty. The other thing is this idea like, well, I'm waiting for the right time to buy a home. Let's say a first-time home buyer. I'm waiting for the right time to buy, or sellers want to wait for the right time to sell. And, nobody knows the top of the market and nobody knows the bottom of the market. I mean, it's really impossible to time. So I think people are putting the cart before the whole horse when they're asking, should I buy or should I sell? Like, buyers or sellers ask those questions. I think the real question should be, why do you want to? What is your goal? Because based on your goal of what you are attempting to do with real estate and with your money, that is going to determine whether or not you should buy or sell and when. So I always ask people, buyers will say, is now a good time to buy? And I'll always ask them, well, why do you want to buy? And they'll usually say something like, well, interest rates are low, and I've heard interest rates are low, and I've heard, that the market's going to crash, or that the market isn't going to crash, or I've heard that it's a really good market, so I should buy or sell. And I'm always like, what is your goal though? What do you really want to accomplish by buying a home? And or what do you need? What's in your living situation that's causing you to want to buy a home? Are you changing jobs? Are you getting married? Are you getting a divorce? Are you having a kid? Or is there some other reason that you're wanting to buy a home? Because if there isn't, I really don't think, in general, unless you're an investor, and even then, it's still subject to individual situation. Unless you're an investor, if you're just talking about buying or selling a home, your primary residence, it's a good time to buy or sell if you have a need to buy or sell. If you're just trying to say, oh, well, the market's at the top of the market and I want to sell my home because it'll never be worth this much again, I would say think again, because the market is always going up historically, and that's just the way that it trends, and that's the way that the overall cycle goes. So, to say that it's never going to go up that high again, you don't know that. And again, are we just trying to grab the bag of cash, or are you actually trying to accomplish something, in your life with real estate? So the question isn't, is the right time to buy or sell based on the market? The question is it the right time to buy or sell based on your individual situation, on what is going on with your life and what you're trying to accomplish? Thank you.